Good afternoon or morning or evening or whatever it is where you are. Let's do some more Koans. This was annoying music. Let's change it. So we are on AboutMeasureObject. I just earlier today realized that my VS Code has been set up to use the PowerShell 6 release candidate and not the actual PowerShell 6.2 install. So that might explain some of my issues that I've had. And all of a sudden PS Script Analyzer has started working again, so that's nice. So that was a nice find. But yay, let's move on. So, MeasureObject is, as its name implies, a utility commandlet that performs mathematical operations on collections of objects. Hi, Shane. So, describe MeasureObject, and before all, we have a numbers array containing a bunch of numbers and files from my home catalog and 2 folders down. So it can count numbers. MeasureObject count and then on numbers. So we do a numbers, pipe it to MeasureObject with a count, and then we expand property count just to get that. So that should be this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, so it should be 50 then. So we're 10 here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 50. And files, I have no idea how many files there would be there. So cheat and just measure it. So that would be 627. And it can sum numerical objects. So stop index is blank. We want numbers from 0 to stop index. And we want the stop index to be where the sum is 6046. Isn't this unnecessarily hard? So what would that be? Let's just do it. 0 dot. Let's try. I don't know, 30. Type it to measure sum. No, way too small. 130. That's too big. 100 then. No, too small. 110. Too much. 15. No. Well, how come 161? Okay, so 107. No, 108. So 109. No, but 110 is more. Okay. Well, I'm already stumped. How can it be? Let's just cheat them. And do 6105. And it can average numerical objects. So start index is something, and we want the average. And we want the average to be 421.5. So between something and 25. So we try between. So how would anything between something and 25 average to 421.5? Oh no, it's the numbers array. Holy shit. I need to start reading. Here we go. So this is going to fail because we need it in one line. So let's do it in just regular old PowerShell. So let's do some Control C's. There we go. So 6046, and then we wanted numbers index 0 to something. So let's say 25, and do measure. Yeah, average. No, this was the sum. Oh, so that's way too much. Can we just minimize this a bit so we can see what we're after? There we go. So 25 was too much. Let's do 15. Way too much still. 10. 0 to 10. That made more sense. And we wanted the average to be between something and 25. And we wanted 421. So let's do 20 to 25 first and see where we go, where we end up. Yep, right on. Nice. And it can find the largest or smallest value. So we want the minimum and the maximum in the numbers array between 5 and something. We want the minimum to be 130 and the maximum to be 972. So we do measure with the minimum and the maximum, and we want it to be between 5 and something, so try 5 and 10. So that's not it. 5 and 8. So the minimum was too high. This would be guessing anyway. So between 5 and 6, no. So we need a bigger set. So we do 5 and 15. Yep, 5 and 15 it is. You can probably do all stats pro, I didn't know. Yes, you can. Thank you very much. And it can find multiple values at once. Yeah, so you want every one of them. So start index and stop index is blank in this case, and we want the average to be 377. So let's target average first. No. So this is a this is quite a bit of hunting, I would assume. Okay, so let's just do 1 and 10. That's not going to be it. So count should be 11. So if we do 1 and 11, it's not it, but then we can do 2 and 12 and 3 and 13. No, 4 and 14. No, 5 and 15. No, 6 and 16. We could probably script this as well, though. Let's not. It's too much. No. 10, 20. Probably going to be it, isn't it? No. Let's do, because we have had so round numbers the other times, let's check the big. Oh, 40 and 50. No. So where were we? We were at 9, 19, 10, 20, 28, so 11 and 21. No. 12 and 22. So the minimum is 41 in this case, but we need the minimum to be 80. And we switched minimums on seven, so we should probably be good on. No, we switched on 7 through 17, so 17 is probably, so let's do 18 to 28. And now minimum is 128. So that's probably 18 then. So we're after minimum 85 and yeah, minimum 85. So where is 85? 85 is here. So that's 10, 20, 30. So the first 185 would include would be 31 to 41. 31 to 41. So what numbers were we after again? Here. 31 to 41 does not, oh, so 32 to 42 then, because, no, still minimum. Did I count correctly? So 0, 10, 20. So it's 21. 21 to 22 should be with 85 then. Did we do that? There's 85. Nice. So, but it's still not 1, so 22, 32. No. 3, 3. Getting closer. 4, 4. There we go. 25, 35. Wow. At least I checked on 2 of them. So 4147, 11, 85, and 377 average. Yes, that's it. And it can operate on object properties. So in this case we need to pick up the files stuff, so we do get, so it was a get child item, wasn't it? Yeah. So get child item home recurs to, and then files. No, depth recurs and depth to him. So this, and then dot base name and measure and all stats. No, absolutely not all stats. Why not? Property. Oh, so we need property on the property length. Then all stats. There we go. So sum is 1 to 145, and average is 19. Oh, just remember to replace the decimal point. Okay, and it can measure text lines, characters and words of strings. So we do get content on PSKoan location, foundations about the stock challenge Koans. And the data should be measure object, line, word and character. So would those be included in all stats? Let's see. That works. So we can do measure and all stats in this. No, so that won't work. So we do need to do line, word and character. So 62, 201 and 2789. Let's measure karma. First one of the day. That actually took 20 minutes, those 80 lines, probably because of all the trying and failing on the indexes in the array. So we are not correct in everything. So measure object parameter cannot be found that matches the parameter name count on 25. So is that implicit? So count seems to be implicit in Powershell 6 then. Select expand count. Yeah. So this is probably a bug then. Let's just fix it. again. Here we go, still something wrong. The average was expected to be... did I get some sort of comma in there? No. Three 7001549489633. What the hell? Sorry. How are these different? They aren't. That's weird. Why is that? Let's measure again and see if it's still... Yeah. They were exactly the same. This is some sort of... No, it shouldn't be a locale issue, because we use a comma as the decimal separator, not a dot. But I think PowerShell is PowerShell, so it will use the dot anyway. Might be. Let's see if we need to typecast it to... Do we need to do a double? Might be floating. I'm not sure if this will help either, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, so if it doesn't work, we'll just... no, still nothing. Let's just do this and move on. Yeah, bye, see ya. I'm not gonna stream for much longer anyway. Here we go, and we can move on to AboutSelectObject. So let's start SelectObject as well. So SelectObject is a utility commandlet that is used to trim objects down to just the selected properties. It's particularly useful to get custom displays of data and is capable of adding new properties as well. So describe SelectObject. It selects specific properties of an object. So we do a new temporary file and we set its content to hello. and then we reload it with get item. So then we do a selected, which is file with select object property name and length, and selected.psobject.properties.name should be the name should be file dot full name. Yes. Oh, so no name and length then. Right. Yep, it would be name and length. And selected.length should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7. And it can exclude specific properties from an object. So we create a new temporary file and we say that something should be file.attributes. And then we want to select all properties but exclude attributes and length. And then object attribute should be null. And object length should be, I don't know actually. So file.attributes is archive in this case. So what do we want to set it to? Well, it can just be archive counted. And then we want to select everything but exclude attributes and length. And yeah, so I don't understand why. Oh, so it tests it. Ah, okay, this is it. I didn't realize. So object attribute should be null and object length should be null as well because we've excluded them. And it changes the object type. So if you do a get item on path home, the file object should be of type so it would be some system file info, I guess. Yes. So it's the system IO directory info. And when we now do it, you get, if I remember correctly, you get selected, I think. Get selected system IO directory info. So it changes the object type. And it can retrieve just the contents or value of a property. File object, get item path home, and then file name is file object, select property full name, error action silently continue, and then file name should be file object dot name. So can we do just a name? Yeah. And it can pick specific numbers or objects. So we have an array containing 1 through 100. So the first 3 values are the array, but select the first 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3. last four would be 100, 99, 98, and 97. And we can also skip, so we do array, we skip the first 10, no, first 5, we skip the 10 of them and select the first 5 after that, so that would be 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. And it can ignore duplicate objects, so we do only select the unique. So unique items would be 6. Oh, okay, so we won't select. I thought it would select one of them. Is 5? No, 5 is mentioned more than once. So how would it list this? Should be unique items. Unique items is the array with the select unique. I would assume that 6 would be the first. Why would 5 be the first? Yeah. Six, 1, 4, 8, 7, 5. So it only selects the first occurrence of each, and 10 isn't even in. So I would assume it would be 6 and then 1. No string. 6, 1 and 4 and 8 and 7 and 5 and 3 and 9, 2, 3 we already have, 2 we already have, 1 we already have, 5 we already have, 1 we already have, 6 we already have, 2 we already have, 8 we already have, 4 we already have, 7 we already have, 3 we already have, 1 we already have, 2 we already have, 6, 3 we already have, 7 we already have, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. So that would be those. So let's measure. About select object is there's something wrong. So describing, so that's line 32. So if you do would it still have length 1? want to, oh wait, yeah, I'm wrong. So if we do then object, so it doesn't even have a length. So it's not null. How come? Object.length. Does it exist now? So it does. Yeah, so but what if we do an object here now? Still doesn't have length. So length seems to be an inbuilt attribute of anything. Okay. I'll accept that. Measure karma. So why is that then? See if we can find something about it. So attribute. So we keep ending up back on measure objects. No. Okay, I don't understand why. But that's okay. So we are having an error on line 30. Couldn't find the type. Okay, so do we need to... That was what I had issues with earlier. Embedding them in square braces. I had errors earlier, but that might have been because of the PowerShell 6 release candidate I was using. So it seems that any object will get the length. I'll just add some notes here now for my own. Still nothing on could not find type, parsed type. Make sure that the assembly contains the type that is loaded. So is this is some sort of pester issue. Do I need to remove the square braces? So I had issues with this earlier as well. It seems to be that pester isn't able to isn't able to resolve the type for some reason. We'll just cheat this as well if so it's not even that, it's on pastor B of type line 30. It's not even in the, it's not necessarily in line 30 here. No, because that's empty, so it's this. And for some reason it will not read the type data. So we just do $object, and we do the same here. Should be file object, and then we comment this out. So do we have more types? No. So let's measure again, hopefully for the last time. It seemed to line up pretty good with a half-an-hour stream, but it's taken 10 minutes to clear out the measure karma errors. I wonder if it's just my system of whatever it is that makes measure karma fail so much. There we go. So now we can move on to AboutWhereObject, but that will be in another stream. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.